Hello everyone, welcome to a short video about the InSight lander. InSight is a Mars lander that lands on Mars tomorrow, Monday the 26th of November, around noon Pacific time, which is 9 PM European. I did a live stream of me building the rocket and the lander in Kerbal space program back in May when it launched. It was a foggy pre-dawn launch in real life. And it was really funny because when I launched it in KSP, this happened. Hey! The game has bugged out, so it's foggy. That's perfect. It was so foggy in real life, and sometimes KSP bugs out and gives like this gray filter for some reason. Oh man, that's perfect. So InSight's goal is to study the interior of Mars and take the planet's vital signs, you might say. Its pulse and temperature. To look deep into Mars, the lander must be at a place where it can stay still and quiet for its entire mission. So that's why the scientists chose the Elysium Planitia as its landing spot. This is where that is. So the landing site is a flat and smooth plane, and it's selected again not for surface features but the safety considerations. Something to note that I've mentioned earlier is that it's a lander, not a rover. So you won't hear stories in the future of its wheels getting stuck in the Martian soil or it having traveled 40-something kilometers like Opportunity. Please wake up, Opportunity. It will, however, dig deeper down than we've done ever before and discover cool stuff down there. So as I mentioned, at 4 AM on the 5th of May, the Atlas V launched with InSight and two small CubeSats called Mars Cube 1 or Marco. It launched in the 401 configuration, which means it has a 4-meter fairing, 0 boosters and 1 RL-10A engine on the Centaur upper stage. And yeah, this is what my launch looked like in Kerbal space program. It didn't really all go to plan. I sort of failed a bunch of times, but this is a cut of all the successful parts of the stream. And all that has happened this far all happened on May the 5th. And then it went into a sort of coast phase where it just drifted off to Mars. And then it got an encounter with Mars and got attracted by its gravity. And then it went to the surface. So 7 minutes before it enters the atmosphere, it detaches from its cruise stage, which is the one with the solar panels you can see right now. And then the entry vehicle, which is just the encapsulated lander, enters the atmosphere. This is the hypersonic phase, and there's about 5 minutes to touchdown. It's 45 kilometers in the air and it's going 17,300 kilometers per hour. So there's a reason it's encapsulated in this heat shield. It reaches a temperature of 1,500 degrees Celsius. Inside of this shell, the InSight stays cool at around room temperature. About 4 minutes after atmospheric entry, we get to the parachute descent. And there's 3 minutes to touchdown. So before the parachute deployment, the spacecraft turns so that the atmosphere slows it down from 13,700 kilometers per hour to 6,100. And then from there, it deploys the parachute and it slows down even further to 1,370 kilometers per hour. So it's still going really fast. Now there's about 2 minutes and 37 seconds to touchdown, and the heat shield gets blasted off and the lander extends its shock-absorbing legs. This is the terminal descent. There's about 42 seconds to touchdown. Now that it's separated from the parachute and it's in free fall, there's 1 kilometer to the surface and it fires its 12 descent engines and it makes a careful descent to the surface and it lands softly in the red soil. Cool. We're there. Engines and parachute. Okay, I've limited probe control, so I can only go full thrust or no thrust. Okay, I don't care at this point. I think I'm gonna stay in the air here while I extend this antenna with my limited fuel, just so I can control it completely. Nice. Here we go. I can now control my probe. And with that, of course, I mean I can't control it. That's a landing. Woohoo! Guys, I did it. I totally landed. That was the worst landing ever, but it was just because this consists of like 50% reaction wheel. So it's just really sensitive. I can just do anything with it I want. And I was like, I can't control this thing. It's too responsive. Man, I did it. I landed InSight. Let me hit 9. Get that down. Get the solar panels out. Bloody hell. So InSight is the first lander to pick instruments off of its own body, I guess, and place on the ground of Mars, which is really cool. It takes off the seismometer and thermometer and places on the ground because they need to be completely still to do their science completely correct and accurate. So that's really awesome. 16 minutes after it's landed, we received the first data here back on Earth. So operations in the beginning are really slow. The first data and science collection first begins like a few days later, and the first images of the landing site comes in a couple of weeks after landing, and the arm placing the seismometer on the surface happens like 3 to 4 weeks after the landing. But yeah, it's really cool, and it's happening tomorrow, and tune into NASA to watch it happening in real time instead of just this video, I guess. I don't know. It's a really cool chapter in spaceflight, and yeah, be excited. Please leave a like if you liked this video and consider subscribing. I mostly do live streams on Sundays, I guess, playing Kerbal Space Program, but I sometimes do these random videos about topics that I find exciting. So yeah, check it out. Have a good day and bye.